About a year ago, I abused myself, mostly with alcohol. Mentally, I couldn't stand it. I got drunk on beer and mint, which doesn't excuse me, the drinks were too much. I abused the alcohol and went to work in my car, which I truly admit my mistake. The authorities of the Ministry of Interior did not cooperate. I went through a summary trial and was sentenced to 3 years probation. For me, I would say that is even a little. I can't cut it. I really did a very big offense. I realize that. This is my first offense in life. I've never had a traffic violation until now. It's a fair punishment for me. I'm bearing the consequences. I sold the car so I could pay my court costs. And hopefully, life and limb, around the end of May, I will get my driver's license back and drive again. So, to say it more violent, with a big pipe that will have for life, have you had any violations up to this point? No, sir, I have no violations. I used to follow the MCC Archangels Motorcycle Club. I graduated in the town of Zlataritsa with an EPT in MCC and got my driver's license there. I'm technically literate, an ice and agricultural technician, agricultural worker, and third-class tractor driver. My previous place of employment was at MBAO St. Ivan Rilski, Gorna Oryahovica. Serviced staff activities, general worker, hospital maintenance, from the first to the fourth floor. During the COVID, the dead, I used to drag them downstairs, which is quite so mentally taxing. My job was very hard because I faced, you really have to have a very strong psyche to work that. And from this point of view, mentally they also could not. My psyche is already stirred, 4.5 years, my wife is very ill. Very hard, and I reached for the cup in question, for which I say once again I am very sorry, because when a person loses something, then he appreciates what he has lost. I don't want to lose it. I want in good conscience to get my book back and go bravely forward. To us, when gasoline is in the blood, they say so, live to drive and drive to live. After my violation, I decided of my own volition to see a psychologist. And after seeing a psychologist, I decided of my own volition to enter the psychiatric in Veliko Tarnovo. It's just not that I'm an alcoholic, I just wanted to end it all because I'm scared seeing from the side what... Center with the Nimes alcoholics, ear drunk and they encroach. I came in of my own volition, sir, and was on free mode. Even the docs were letting me shop the whole ward and I was pouting. Dregs and people were just amazed that everything was at 000. I shout, madam, I shout, I have come to gloat, not to abuse because I shout. I want it all to be in the past. I realize my mistake. I say again, I haven't had a drop of liquor since I've been, and I won't again. I logged on to the, now let's say, now we live in the 21st century, the internet in question, and there I came across some information that an engine that is up to, and including 4 horsepower, up to and including 4 horsepower, I say, you can make a homemade tractor or a homemade, let's say, it's not you, it's a homemade tractor that, let's say, up to a 4 horse. It's not registerable, but it can't be driven on the public roads. But the self-made mower in question is a perfect job to do. To go into a garden, to dump the trash. I go in to mow, I've got a brush cutter. Just where it calls me there, let's start there. The do-it-yourself in question, or the thing in question that will begin to be done, begins with his heart. The heart for me is the ice in question, an internal combustion engine. It has 4 cycles, sucked, compressed, running tuck, and exhausted. The tires are made of jack. The front tires are 4-ply and are from a Sayalk. The frame is made from recycled iron. The gearbox is made of Zouk. It is a 3-stage box. First, second, and third, plus rear. It's powerful. I've tried it, this thing. The trailer in question is 500 pounds. Is pulling them any... the knockoff in question that is in front of you is... the parts were taken from the recycled materials of an old truck, let's say, and it was worked up and turned into what is in front of you. I decided to make a handbrake system. This is the stopper of the truck in question, which is from aftermarket. This is my handbrake. I didn't. That's right. Such is the stretch ahead. One is handbrake and stops. How comfortable is your seat? Oh, sir, that old one is very comfortable. I'm just speechless. I have chosen it. I have chosen myself. No, it's perfect. It's better than sweat. You just need desire and some free time. I've done this thing in a ridiculous 5 days. It was just my cost to go to secondary was more than I was willing to lose it and make it the way it is. Just the desire and the inner thrill. How do I say it? Just the nerd. No reaching for the cup and sitting behind the ox, because fortunately for me, I have no traffic accident. But simply, human life is worth much more than a cup. Human life and not replaceable. Just realize your mistake. Really, the Bavarian authorities should be merciless to such people. Nothing can justify the people. When you drink and have something to do, there's a taxi, there's a bus, and most of all, there are neighbors. Pray, pay, go, but just do not sit drunk behind the wheel. I realize the mistake.